Hello everybody once again! This is AikawaKazu. Welcome back to another MapleStory video. Today I just make this video to share with you my 2 cents of my thoughts on the 4,000 temporary suspended accounts incident, which involves the glitch slash exploit that happened in MapleStory Southeast Asia due to the festival sugar box event, which by the way, my GMS viewers, I know there are some of you out there, this event is coming to you soon, so I hope that this exploit or glitch will be fixed before you actually get the event so that this similar shitstorm doesn't happen to your service, alright? In any case, a few things to point out first before I start to share my thoughts. This video is not monetized. That means I'm not trying to ride the wave of the attention surrounding this very controversial incident to just make a video and earn money out of the views, alright? So I don't care about the money because it's not monetized, okay? Second thing, there are a lot of people on my stream. They come to my stream and ask me, hey Kazu, this thing happened, man, what do you feel about it? You know, do you have any thoughts about it? So this video is, if you come to my channel for the next few days, I'm just gonna exclamation mark a comment and boom, you can watch this video, alright? Third thing, hopefully after watching this video will help you understand and feel better regarding what has happened, because I'm gonna share with you some of my thoughts and some of my knowledge regarding how, you know, some of this gaming industry things works. And last but not the least, a lot of my close friends are also suspended too, and I can say that it's probably why many people are getting worked out is because I would say there's a very high chance that probably more than half, or maybe slightly less, I don't know, it's either more than half or less than half, then the 4,000 people who are affected, or the 4,000 odd people who are affected, more than half or slightly less than half are probably wrongfully suspended. Because out of the like 4 friends that I know, 3 I know didn't do anything. It's just that they were at mileage cap and they were doing the event and they got wrongfully suspended, and one of them were actually like intentionally, you know, trying to exploit and make use of the exploit English as much as possible. But in any case, when I mean 4 friends, I mean the people in my buddy list. Like out of 4, usually 3 is wrongfully temporarily suspended and 1 is not. And on my stream, a lot of people are also wrongfully suspended as well. So for those who are from Global MapleStory and do not know what's going on here, so what's the glitch? Or if you're from MapleStory Southeast Asia, you didn't play on Sunday, you do not know what's going on, like myself, for example, I didn't play much on Sunday. I logged in at 11 o'clock and I'm like, oh my god, everybody's getting Maple points, what's going on? And then people on my stream while I'm playing CS, they were telling me that there's this exploit and glitch going on. I'm like, huh? And I just pretended to ignore it. Why? Because I didn't want my channel to be a channel that permeated and spread about, you know, this exploit to more people, because it is definitely an exploit that allows you to unfairly gain an advantage in the game, because you could get up to 1 million Maple points. Okay, so how does the glitch works? Okay, for those who don't know how it works, basically you just need to be mileage cap in any way. So one way to get mileage cap in a way that, okay, basically if you cannot receive any more mileage in the game anymore, mainly 2 circumstances. One, if you collected mileage 10 times, that means if you have like a mileage coin from your Take B box, or if you do bosses, you know, when you hand in your boss quest, your daily bossing quest, you get mileage, right? And then you'll be like, oh, you have collected mileage 1 time today, and you get up to 10 times, which means that you have to go to the cash shop and cash in your mileage. If you don't do that, you're quote unquote mileage capped. So that's one way to be mileage capped. The other way to be mileage capped is if you actually do your Take B event, which is this one, the timing based one, alright, you'll get 50 plus 50, that's 100, plus 200, that's 400, and last but not the least, you'll get another, 50 is 100, plus 200 is 300, and then you'll get another 200 here, that's 500, and I believe with the sugar event box, you'll get 2.5k in total, and that will bring you to your 2,000 or 2.5k daily mileage cap. So that's another way you can reach mileage cap. And because anyone who is quote unquote active in the game, who bothers to do their Take B event and who bothers to do their sugar event on Sunday, they will be at mileage cap, which means that it is very likely that they will have unknowingly tried to open the 5th sugar box, and when they try to do so, they will tell them, dude, you cannot open the box, you are at mileage cap. But what that message means is that it actually means that you actually wrote mileage when you tried to open the box. And unfortunately, the person that did the coding behind the opening of this box is that every time when you try to open the box, you will actually re-roll the result. So imagine you can get mileage from the box and you can get Maple points from the box, up to 1 million Maple points. So every time when you try to open the box when you're at mileage cap, it will tell you that you cannot, because you wrote mileage. That means you wrote to get mileage. But you can force, that means you can keep trying to open a box until the instance where you roll, like the game rolls or the box rolls you to get Maple points. And that's how people quote unquote exploited this glitch or this exploit. Okay, in general, I think that's how it's done. I do not know exactly how it's done. I didn't do it because I didn't play the game much. I only logged into the game at 11 PM, which means I only have 1 hour-ish left, which means I don't have enough time to even try to get a sugar box in the first place. But what I'm trying to say is that that's in general what the glitch is for those who do not know. Okay, which means this glitch, the way that they narrow down to the 4,000 people that got temporarily suspended, the 4,000 odd people that got temporarily suspended, is that means that you are a mileage cap. That means you still have the festival sugar 5th box in your inventory because you couldn't open it, right? And the box expires in I think 24 hours or something. So basically the box is still in inventory, I think. And maybe if you have 1 million maple points, you are also temporarily suspended. So it's either or and or some other boundaries, criteria or parameters that is being done to identify and narrow down to 4,000 people. And out of these 4,000 people, a lot of people are wrongfully suspended, but in any case, they didn't narrow it down. Okay, so just want to address a few things that people have in mind. Number one, a lot of people are saying that this shouldn't happen in the first place because it's the coders' fault, it's the event's problem, it's the Aegis-Soft didn't check properly before they do this event, which I agree 100%. Why shouldn't this have happened in the first place? Number one, the QA team, for those who don't know what QA is, it means quality assurance, which is your quote-unquote the huge jargon they use in gaming industry, or not just MMOs, any game, alright? There's this thing called QA team, quality assurance team, which is supposed to be your, in layman's term, your bug testing team. So these people, whom must exist, by the way, have to exist in a gaming publishing company because they have to make sure that there are no bugs, right? Like whenever there's a new update or content on events, they have to test. So they should have, and I think they should have tested both, like stacking the Take B event together with the Sugar Box event at the same time. They should have. But they might not have been able to do it. Why? Because it is a time-based event. Maybe they didn't test it in such a way that they have the Take B event together with the Sugar Box event at the same time. Therefore, they couldn't test both at the same time. But what I'm trying to say is that they should have, and if they did, they realized that when they try to open a 5th box, hey, I cannot open a box, and the game gives me 2.5k mileage in the first place. So isn't it like they should feel? I mean, there are signals to show that this event, something is gonna, cock up, something is gonna go wrong, and they maybe should have tried to open the box again. But you do realize that they have to try to open the box again before they realize that you can keep trying to open box and you get points. So yes, I'm saying that it could have been avoided, it should have been tested more thoroughly. But there's one thing that I see on the Facebook comments that I don't feel is fair, okay? They are saying that you should go and fire your coders team, code this thing better. Just want to point out that Aegis-Soft is a publishing company. They do not do the coding. Correct me if I'm wrong. Aegis-Soft don't have a coder team in their company. They don't do the coding. Everything is by the developer at Nexon. All they do is, maybe they have a technical guy that know how to deal with database, they have a technical guy that know how to apply patches to the server, and probably the Nexon side will actually teach the person who's in charge of this patching thing how to actually do it. That's why they have like a Nexon guy that is tacked on to every region or service that has a publisher, which I'm quite sure that in Nexon NA there's the same guy. The Nexon NA guy would have a Korean counterpart in Nexon Korea that they will alliance with each other whenever there's a new content patch that he can go to whenever something screws up and something happens and they need to ask this Korean guy, hey, what's going on, kind of thing. So I can tell you that it is very likely that Aegis-Soft did not code this event. I'm not saying that it's not Aegis-Soft's fault. I'm just saying that there's no coders in Aegis-Soft, so there's no need to be mad over by the oh man, your coders suck, that kind of thing. It's like they didn't code it. Okay. So the next concern is this, alright. A lot of people are saying, hey, why not just roll back? I was reading the Facebook comments, there was this, I'm not going to name the person, but someone actually mentioned that people keep saying rollback, but almost one whole day has passed. In fact, it's more than one whole day, it's almost 2 days. If you actually roll back, a lot of other players who were playing the game that on Sunday itself, who did not actually, use the glitch or didn't actually do the event or were not banned or temporarily affected or temporarily suspended, they will be affected greatly. And unfortunately, on Sunday, there was fever time as well. There was spell tracing. For those who don't know what's fever time, you have increased spell trace success rate. Let's say if you have 15% spell trace for your weapon, it's 25%, and if you have level 10 diligence, it's 35%. I mean, level 100 diligence, you have plus 10%, which is 35%. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that a lot of people are doing a lot of other things on Sunday, and a lot of other people are also doing a lot of normal things in Maple Story, such as cubing. Maybe I got a purple cube from an elite boss, and 1 cube I get legendary, and then you tell me not roll back. Wow, I hot, I angry. You know what I mean? So I just want to point out that a lot of people are saying that rollback is very easy. Rollback, just do rollback. Like there are really people in the Facebook comments that literally will say, oh, it's too tedious to roll back, so temporary suspension. Actually, the guy said permanent ban, alright? But now they're temporary suspended. I just want to emphasize the temporary suspension instead of permanent ban because they did announce that they are doing investigations and it's only a temporary suspension and they're looking to it. But and then this guy was like, this is too tedious to roll back and perma-ban is the easy way out. No, you're absolutely wrong. Alright, rollback is the laziest. Rollback is the laziest solution that Aegisoft can do because it's the most convenient solution. I know that this person in particular is really very angry because it's probably the one that got temporarily suspended unfairly, maybe, I'm not sure. Alright, what I'm trying to say is that rollback is the most lazy. And for those who don't understand what rollback is, right? Because there are some people that say that you should roll back all these 4,000 people who got temporarily suspended and all will be good, right? No, you cannot roll back 4,000 people because if they could, they would have already done it. Trust me, they would have already done it. Okay, so it's very likely that they cannot. 99% chance I feel that they cannot directly roll back these 4,000 people because rollback doesn't work like this. Rollback is like your save point. When you know, like your Windows 10, right? You have like a save point, right? Let's say you update, you have a Windows update. They always say, oh, establishing Windows backup point or something, save point or something like that. So that if your computer fail to boot up or fail to load, you can actually go back to this save point. And your rollback works something like this. Rollback is basically resetting your entire server database to the state that it was on Sunday before the Sugarbox event. That means anything and everything that someone has done from the Sugarbox event onwards to the day whatever, which is this temporary suspension happened, right? Everything will be gone. Every progression, every decision, every lucky moment that someone had in the game, to kill a boss, to get something, whatever, it will be erased. Which means that rollback is something that will piss off everybody. And then of course there'll be people be like, oh, but this 4,000 people, if there are, you know, a huge amount of them, only the people who are wrongfully suspended or the people who are suspended, they are very likely to be your active players. Why? Because you have to do your 3 hours of your TEGB event. You have to do the Sugarbox event requires you to be online at least 2 hours. In fact, I think you can be online for 10 hours or something. So you might have just possibly temporarily suspended and pissed off 4,000 active people in your game. Yes, I agree that's the case, but you cannot say that the other people, and including myself, who are active players in the game, by the way, I just happened not to be free on Sunday. Maybe Sunday I went clubbing, you know, I went out watch a movie. I just didn't play on Sunday, you know, because to some people going out with, like, you know, maybe I'm an NS man or NSF, sorry, and I only book out on Saturday and Sunday, and my girlfriend want to watch movie on Sunday. How? Cannot see Maple Story more important than go out with my girlfriend right after she break up with me, correct? So I went out on Sunday, but I still love the game just like you. So cannot be I'm not important also, right? You know what I mean? Like, I understand that people are angry. I understand, I fully understand you deserve 100% to be angry, but you have to understand that rollback is the laziest thing to do, it's the most convenient thing to do, and that is actually the easy way out. Temporary suspension on this 4,000 people is not the easy way out. And as you can see, they did narrow it down to the best of their ability, I think. Okay, even though a lot of people will say that Aegisoft is very incompetent, but I think they did try their best to narrow it down to affect as little people as possible. But it's still 4,000 people, unfortunately. Because as I mentioned, if you're active, if you actually do the TEGB event, you'll be at mileage cap if you do the Sugarbox, and you might have the Sugarbox in your inventory because you cannot open it anyway because you're at your 2.5k daily mileage cap. And those people are identified as one of the people that could have exploited. Okay, so I just want to point out why you cannot do rollback. And for those people who think that it could be done faster, some people were saying that, you know, you should have GMs monitoring the servers. If you see some anomaly, like so many people getting maple points, how come nobody do anything? How come we only Monday? Do you know that it's actually quite fast already? I wouldn't say it's fast. Okay, the correct word that I'll put here is just in time. I wouldn't say it's slow. I wouldn't say it's fast either. But I think they did put action just in time. This is probably what went down. Okay, Sunday, the event started. Maybe by 6 p.m, 8 p.m, which is well, I started streaming at 8:30 p.m, I think, and around 9:30 p.m, 10 p.m, I already have a bunch of people coming to my channel and telling me, hey Kazu, there's this event, you never do a Sugarbox event. I remember the first thing that people said was, hey Kazu, you never go and log in and do a Sugarbox event. I said, no, I'm playing CS right now. And then some people were like, hey, do you know there's this glitch and exploit happening? That was around 10:30. So what I'm trying to say is that people like CM Venchi, which I believe a lot of players actually go to him to tell him about, you know, the state of the game, suggest and talk to him. I have actually interacted with CM Venchi myself, and I think that he has replied to my queries and my concerns very, very well. In fact, I think that's why a lot of players actually appreciate CM Venchi, and I think he's very, very appreciated in the Maple Story community, especially, you know, in offline events. A lot of people love him. I can see that he's celebrated, and I know he recently retired. I don't know why he came back, but he's back apparently. But what I'm trying to say is that CM Banshee probably know what's going down, and he probably already let the MapleStory team know. But you have to understand that Sunday is a non-working day. Alright, and I'm quite sure they definitely have some server guy monitoring some person monitoring the service. Maybe not the guy that is like into MapleStory that can actually recognize the anomaly of a lot of people getting Maple points and actually looking at the megaphones and everything. But they definitely have some guy over there. But that guy will not be the guy that can make the call lah, you know what I'm trying to say. So maybe CM Banshee or somebody actually tell his boss or the head of the team, hey, this shit's going down. So maybe in the morning of Monday, with the working hours 8 AM, 10 AM, 9 AM, they already started deliberating and thinking what they want to do, and then 5 PM they realized that okay, this is how we're going to narrow down who are the people that we're going to narrow down and temporarily suspend first, so that the damage will not be even worse. By the way, the massive market is screwed already because of the glitch and exploit, and the longer time and the slower you take to take action, the worse the economy, the worse the game. The worse the game is going to be affected. And I think maybe by 5 PM they already realize the parameters they want to do, and then from 5 to like maybe 8 PM they run through the entire database to get the list of the people that the 4,000 accounts, and then 8 o'clock, 8:15, boom. They took half an hour to implement the suspension. So just in time. You wait until Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, it's gonna get worse. Why? Because if I have 1 million Maple points, I can buy 470 Super Miracle Cubes. I can go and cube. Let's say if I'm unlucky, alright. Let's say 100 SMCs per legendary. That's 4 legendaries, 5 legendaries already. I could go and sell them in mesos. And this supposed quote-unquote exploited or illicit item will now be transferred to more and more players. That means more and more people will be affected. That means more and more quote-unquote illegal items will be in the server. So I would say that Monday is just in time. Could be faster, I agree. And it could be, done earlier, but I would say it's just in time. And a lot of people are saying, hey, but Kazu, they did the 30 minutes thing, but the glitch is still there. The whole point is that I temporarily suspend these accounts, and if you still want to use the glitch, then you're just spanking your ass, you're asking for it, you want to be banned or something, you know what I mean? Like, I have people coming to my stream pasting screenshots about how people are so happy that, hey, do you know the glitch is still working? Yeah, it's a 30-minute urgent check. You expect it to be fixed? No, I don't expect it to be fixed. I honestly don't expect it to be fixed. Number one, you can't get the box anymore because it's not Sunday anymore. So only people who could still try and do the glitch are the people that somehow are not suspended, somehow still have the box, and somehow are still at mileage cap. Or they are not at mileage cap, but they know the conditions and they have the box. Maybe they do it on multiple accounts, I don't know. Like they try to get the box on multiple accounts and that account in particular didn't have mileage cap. Of course, it's a different account, and Maple points is only within your own account, maybe within your own main account, right? So all the accounts that they had, even if those get Maple points, they don't care. They can't really do much with it, you know what I mean? So actually they can do a lot of it. What I'm trying to say is that there are some people that are like gloating, like, hey, the glitch is still there. I'm like, yeah, just asking for it if they're still trying to glitch the thing. And I don't expect personally that the glitch will be fixed in the first place. As I said, there's no coders of the game in Aegisoft. It's all in the Korea side. It's all Nexon. It's not Aegisoft. Again, not just trying to say that it's not Aegisoft to be blamed. I'm just saying that they can't do anything to fix the glitch until Wednesday, which is usually the downtime for the maintenance, you know what I mean? Okay, so what else? Another thing that people are very mad about is like how Aegisoft didn't do anything to all the botters and hackers, but they are so fast, all the gold sellers, and they're so fast to ban or temporarily suspend all these people. This is where I'll take the chance to talk to you guys about the botters and hackers, which I'm just going to narrow it down, right, to the people who I'm talking about. I'm talking about the accounts or the crackers or the botters / hackers / gold sellers that are the ones that are elite boss farming. Okay. So in all your servers there, you will see in Sahel too, all the popular leafy maps, some other unknown maps, some like, I don't know, some because the map doesn't really matter, okay? That there are these botters that are always spawning elite bosses, and they sell elite boss loots in the free market or in the auction house, whatever. Okay, and why is there no action taken against them? Okay, so I just want to say I just want to say now that my stance regarding this is neutral. Okay, why? Let me just share with you guys the context behind this, okay? You first have to talk about MapleStory Southeast Asia before V-Matrix came out. I only played MapleStory Southeast Asia 2 weeks before V-Matrix came out, and then after it came out until today, which is why I can see the before and after. Okay, before V-Matrix is out, in V2J at least, 2% of the channels are filled up. And I think in peak hours, maybe 15%, 10%. So basically there's nobody. Okay, it means MapleStory Southeast Asia was, before V-Patch was dying. And for a lot of MapleStory services, it was. GMS is the same. Before Reboot server came out, before V-Matrix came out. Or in KMS is I would say is the same as well. But V Matrix or V Patch was a success, and it brought back a lot of players to come back to the game. Why am I mentioning this in the first place? Because you have to understand, this is also in the Facebook comments mentioned by some people. There was some guy like, why you never ban bottles and hackers? And this guy was like, dude, if you ban all these bottles and hackers, where are you going to find cheap Rainbow Flames, cheap Crimson Flames, cheap EPS, cheap Innocent Scroll, cheap Potential Cubes, purple cubes, cheap yellow cubes? You have to understand that it's a necessary evil in the game, especially during the dark times. Free-to-play players relied very heavily, I would say including cash players by the way, because back then we had the Meso bag, people would just buy Meso bag to get Mesos to buy cubes from these bot shops in the free market. But the prices are kept low, the prices are kept competitive because these bottles and hackers are able to acquire a decent amount of those items within a short period of time, so that if I want purple cubes today, if I want yellow cubes today, I got Mesos, I can buy them. I can buy them at not an exorbitant price. The prices are kept low. And in today's day and age of Maple Story Southeast Asia, with the Meso market, with the deflation of the economy, for those who do not know, if you actually played back then, when purple cubes were 240 mil, 200 mil, yellow cubes were 75, 100 mil, yellow cubes are now 30 mil, purple cubes are like what, 80 mil, 70 mil, 75 mil. The economy in the game has deflated rapidly and drastically ever since the Meso market is introduced and the Meso bag has been removed from the cash shop. What I'm trying to say here is that today, as a free-to-play user, if I do my Black Bean to get my Power Elixirs, Reindeer Milk, Sunset Dew, if I do my Zaku, if I do my daily bossing every day, and by selling those things I can get 100 mil to 200 mil, potentially if I do on all my alt accounts, I can actually buy a bunch of yellow cubes, I can buy a bunch of purple cubes, I can buy a bunch of core gemstones, because now core gemstones are cheap as well, 20 mil, 25 mil in D2J. I can actually play the game, I can progress in the game with the money, with the Mesos that actually loot. Like, as a shadow with additional Meso, dropped with my passive skills, I actually farm 200 mil every day just by leveling. And I can use that 200 mil to do a lot of things, with the deflation especially. And whether you're happy or not, the botters / hackers / gold sellers, okay, this is how it works, okay, this is what I feel you understand. Botters sell the purple cubes and yellow cubes and all the elite boss items, they get Mesos. They in turn sell the Mesos for real money to people who want to buy gold. I'm not promoting gold selling, by the way. I don't buy gold at all. Just to be, straight out with you. What I'm trying to say is that it's a vicious cycle. Free players or players who actually quote unquote patronize these botters, hackers, shops and buy those elite boss loots, they provide and they channel the Mesos that you have earned by NPCing and staff items in the game into the gold sellers, and then the gold sellers will then sell their gold to people who buy gold from them. That is the unfortunate vicious cycle. While the people that benefit from this, there are people that benefit from this, and a lot of people actually benefit from the low prices. So here I ask you, will be happy if elite boss loots are no longer low priced? If all these botters, hackers, and gold sellers are gone? And there's some conspiracy theory that Aegisoft is the one that actually do the gold selling. No. Yeah. You have to understand that gold sellers, botters, and hackers, they are syndicates. For those who don't understand what it means by syndicate, it means that they're actual real companies that hire people, programmers, hackers, I don't know, to program all these bot programs where they go to every game and they just sell currency in every game. If you actually go to these sites before, and I'm sure some of you actually did out of curiosity, even if you don't buy, they sell money for every game. They sell money for every game, not just Maple Story, they are syndicate. And let me just ask you this question. Which MMO can you tell me right now there's no botters? I'm not saying that it just gets a free pass because of that. Just because it's everywhere doesn't mean that it's something that shouldn't be dealt with. Yes, I feel that it should be something that should be dealt with, and I'll give someone a Nobel Prize. I'm not gonna give a Nobel Prize, but I think that someone should give someone a Nobel Prize if you can figure out a way to stop botting. Because right now no one has a solution. Even the richest company in the world that can hire the best talents cannot prevent botting from happening, cannot prevent botters from ruining the game. There are some games in certain ways have, in mixed success, tried to prevent botters from influencing the economy of the game. I think UWAS 2 has done it pretty okay. Final Fantasy 14 has done it pretty okay. I'm not sure about WoW because there are gold sellers involved as well. What I'm trying to say is that even the richest companies in the world have not found a solution to botters. So, if you have already no faith in Aegisoft, you shouldn't expect them to. That's just the harsh truth out there, you know. That's just the harsh truth out there. So, saying that they don't do anything to the bottles, hackers, and ghost sellers. I'm talking about the elite boss ones, by the way. That's just the harsh reality. That's the necessary evil, especially in the dark days of MapleStory. And right now, you cannot deny that they benefit a lot of free-to-play players. And if you want them to be banned, then you have to live with the fact that unfortunately the truth is that the current player base will not be able to produce as much yellow cubes, purple cubes, clean slate scrolls, instant scrolls, epic potential scrolls, chaos scroll of goodness, as much as the bosses. And I just want to point out that MapleStory Software Asia is not dying. It might, if Agersoft don't handle this 4,000 temporary suspension accounting properly, it might go south. But right now, MapleStory Southeast Asia, contrary to believe to many of you out there who have maybe probably quit and just, you know, sitting with your popcorn and just laughing at the MapleStory Southeast Asia page and reading the angry comments, okay? And for those people who quit and don't even know that suspicious cube no longer tear down your, like, no longer can tear down epic potential to rare. Like, there are some people that have many misconceptions about the game and don't know that MapleStory has become a lot more free to playable right now. Again, no credit to Agersoft, it's the people at Nexon. Okay, just want to be clear here that the foundation of the game is actually decent right now. What I'm trying to say is that MapleStory Southeast Asia is far from dying. Alright, it's far from dying. In fact, maybe you will not believe this, coming from me especially, that it's actually one of the more well-to-do MMOs out there, which is free to play in Southeast Asia. Maybe in Philippines, RO Philippines is doing better than MapleStory Southeast Asia for sure, but RO is like a crazy thing in Philippines. But if you look at Southeast Asia as a whole, and if you look at the number of free-to-play MMOs that is fun and, you know, constantly have updates for and content for right now, MapleStory Southeast Asia is the one, you know, in the vision, like as a whole. If you take away Guild Wars 2, Final Fantasy 14, WoW, Black Desert Online, NA/EU, which is IP block, you have to use VPN. Black Desert Online Taiwan is Chinese, not everybody wants to play the Chinese version of the game. Blade and Soul, same thing. There's no free-to-play game out there, there's an MMO that's doing as well as MapleStory Southeast Asia. Can it do better? Yes, 10 times better, but it is definitely not dying. What is dying is Dragon Nest, okay? They just merged 4 servers into one. If you see all the servers one day merged into Aquila, MapleStory Southeast Asia is dying. That's not happening yet, at least. So MapleStory Southeast Asia is not dying, but unfortunately, at the same time, we do not have like a robust and crazy player base such that you'll be able to sustain and provide cheap yellow cubes, purple cubes, clean set scrolls, all the elite boss dudes at a relatively low and competitive price without the portals, hackers / ghost towers. That is the context. That is the part where I'm trying to share with some people who don't understand why these things are not bad. And I think this is why Agersoft don't ban them, to be honest with you. And for those who say that, oh my god, Agersoft actually benefit from them, they don't. The money that people buy, like the money that people spend to buy gold, mesos from these gold sellers, right? It doesn't go to Agersoft. And yeah, I mean, it's a conspiracy theory that Agersoft owns all this. Can't be, man. There are like 3 or 4 main syndicates, gold sellers out there, websites out there right now. I don't think Agersoft owns 4 of them. And in fact, they're like competing against each other. So it's very unlikely that Agersoft is the one that came out with those companies. Very unlikely. And ultimately, Agersoft, in that sense, let's say if Agersoft don't own those syndicates, right, they don't benefit from it. The money is not going to them. And I think that, by the way, a lot of publishers and MMO developers have been trying to combat gold sellers. Because they know that a portion of the revenue, a portion of the pie go to these people. Trust me, if they can ban them, they will do it, man. Alright. If they have a solution to ban them once and for all without them coming back again and again and again and again. And now in the case of MapleStory Southeast Asia, they do provide some benefit to the game. It's just that, you know, I don't earn some revenue. Some of my revenue is going to people buying mesos. Instead of people buying Maple Points, then buying mesos from the Meso Maple Market, you know, because it's like a 2 to 3, 4 steps, so it's very mafan, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure for those who are active in the game, you know people, or you know people of people that actually use money to buy from gold sellers. Yeah, this is not something that's uncommon. But what I'm trying to say here is that it is very likely that Agersoft don't benefit from gold sellers, but they still choose, or maybe they are helpless to dealing with them. Whichever the case you want to believe, okay, they're probably helpless, I think. Okay? They're probably helpless to dealing with them. But at the same time, do understand that these elite boss, porters, hackers, and whatever, alright, they do benefit some people, maybe not all of you. And last but not least, I just want to say that if they get banned, okay lah, I don't mind. I don't mind them getting banned. But as I said at the beginning, my stance regarding this is I'm neutral. I'm neutral. I can see why they're there and they're not being banned, but I'm also very annoyed that they're taking out all the training maps, and it's always a very, very negative impression and sign when you bring people to play the game, and you bring friends to play the game. Hey, how come got all these bottles and hackers teleporting around the map now? Huh? You mean the GMs never do anything about them, that kind of stuff? But the sad truth, the harsh reality is that in every MMO right now, in any game right now, hell, even in MOBAs, like there's a new mobile game release called Master X Master in NA and EU, I think, and there are bots in there. Like there are bots playing as real players, queuing the game as real players because they're just trying to farm the in-game currency in the game. Even in MOBAs, you have botters. Much less an MMO like MapleStory Southeast Asia. Alright. In any case, I think I should wrap this up soon. So your next question and your concern is, Kazu, what do you think is probably going to happen? I feel like two main things are going to happen. Okay, number one, I think right now they're trying to figure out a way such that they can deal with all these 4,000 temporarily suspended accounts the same way. That means nobody will get special treatment in the sense that everybody will have their maple points removed and affected items or created items removed as well. But then it means that they have to try and roll back, which is what I mentioned, something that's probably not possible. Yeah. But this is like the fastest way to remove all the temporary suspension and all the affected accounts. So this thing might happen. This is probably the fast thing that might happen if it happens. But I don't think it's gonna happen. Why I think it's gonna happen is that they're just waiting for you to send an iBox message. Which means it's gonna be slow, it's gonna be tedious. Why? Because out of the 4,000 temporary suspended accounts, and I told you that they tried their very best, I think, to narrow down the parameters and the criteria to the people that are suspended. They have to figure out one by one who accidentally glitch and who intentionally glitch. But here comes the problem, right? How do you determine who should you... how do you deal with the punishment? Not punishment, I would say. How do you deal with all the cases? So it is very likely that the first instance or the first solution that I mentioned will happen. But at the same time, it's very unlikely as well. But at the same time, the second solution seems to be very slow, seems to be not easy to do it such that every one of the 4,000 people who are affected will be happy with their quote-unquote judgment. So in any case, it's a shitstorm. At the end of the day, I feel that there will be people that are gonna be pissed off. There will be people that will quit the game. I'm very sure. But yeah, I think at the end of the day, here's just my last sharing. Even though I know I'm not suspended now, obviously I can sit here and talk to you about it. But I think in real life, you'll always be in a lot of situations like this. Like, you know, if you're trying to chase a MapleStory girlfriend in the game, and she's indifferent to the gifts that you shower upon her, the attention that you shower upon her, and the help that you shower upon her, that ultimately, I feel that it is very, very foolish. It is very sha to be angry and mad over something that you have no control of. And at this point, if you're temporarily suspended, you have no control of what's going to happen to you. All you can do is send an iBox message, tell them, hey, I was just doing the event. I didn't even get maple points. How come I got suspended? Can you please unban my account so that I can train my character to 250 and don't waste my time any further so that I can continue to play the game? And that they will respond to this case by case iBox messages as soon as possible. So yeah, I hope that whoever is unfairly banned, temporarily suspended, you'll be unsuspended or unbanned as soon as possible so that you can go back to playing the game. But you know, maybe like I have a friend Sandarin, he always come to Twitch chat and he mentioned that if something happened to you such that you're not able to play the game that you want to play all the time, maybe it's time to just go out and take a walk, you know, breathe the air, just chill, you know. It's time to sit down and rethink about life, you know, that MapleStory is not everything that you have. Because if it is everything that you have, then yeah, I don't know, maybe you love the game that much. I will not judge, but my point is that I hope that this video helps you understand and helps you have a place to understand what's going on and why certain decisions were made. Again, I'm not here to justify what Aegisoft has done. As I mentioned, it shouldn't have happened in the first place if the QA team did their job. But at the end of the day, it already happened and you have no control over it, and all you can do now is, you know, look at Arcana. Look at the tree, dude. Listen to the music, you know? What I'm trying to say is that at the end of the day, I'm playing MapleStory not because I want to be a top something. I already tell my viewers at the end of the day, no matter how lack of faith and lack of confidence I have with Asiasoft, they are the only publisher of the game in Southeast Asia. So it's a monopoly. I have no control over it. That's why I don't try to be mad about it as much as I can. Just play the game, enjoy the game. At the end of the day, you play the game because you have friends in the game. And I think there's some Facebook comments in the page that mention that I played this game for 12 years not because you're the publisher. I played this game for 12 years because I have friends in there, and now all my friends are banned. So what? I have no reason to play anymore. You know? So at the end of the day, we play games. I know I say at the end of the day like 10 times already. We are playing MapleStory to have fun with our friends, and don't forget that. Yeah. So be there for our friends who are temporarily suspended. Talk to them. You know, wait for them. Don't progress too fast. Help them when they are back. You know, give them some beyond boxes for those who don't have beyond boxes. If you need beyond boxes and you're from D to J, you can ask from me. I always give one full 999 stack every day. If you need it, like just throw away, just pick it up. It's tradable. So if you need help, just let me know. I mean D to J, and yeah. I think that's it from me, man. This is actually my 4th attempt to record this video because I always miss out something when I record it. And it's actually 7:16 AM right now. If you see this video, it's probably 8 AM. But yeah, I hope this video is helpful to help you feel better at the end of the day. And yeah, if you are still mad, you know, feel free. The comment section is right there. Let me know how I feel about it. And as I said, if you feel that the solution that they have used is very, very dumb and stupid, try to share with me a better solution. Like, what do you think could have been done that is not a rollback? That is not a rollback for the 4,000 accounts only. That could have been a better way to deal with this, considering the consequences should things not like no action has been done at all. For me personally, I think this was a just-in-time action taken by Asiasoft, and I think that the decision to temporarily suspend the 4,000 accounts, even though a lot of people were wrongfully suspended, that it was quote-unquote probably the best way they can do it. And I'm quite sure that they did spend a decent time to deliberate about the decision that they're making, and ultimately you can see that there was a marketing team guy that has been replying, like spending the effort and earnestly replying to every, I won't say every, but trying his best to reply to every commenter in the official or important announcement post that they post on their Facebook page recently. And I would say that it's probably like we're gonna temporarily suspend 4,000 accounts. There'll be 4,000 angry people. The boss is like, your team be ready to handle the shitstorm. And I think Asiasoft knew that it was coming. So yeah, I would say that they know that it's important that they try to settle this thing as soon as possible and as best as possible to keep as many people as possible to be happy. My name is AikawaKazu. Thanks for watching once again. Just want to end off by, you know, some people just skipped the video to the end and didn't realize this video is not monetized. And yeah, this is just my 2 cents and thoughts about the incident. God bless, and I'll see you guys and girls in the next one. Bye bye.